welcome to Behind Black Codes. In here, we interview people in the sciences, and then the information I'm having now is you are in the agricultural science department. Introduce yourself to us.
Okay, so I'm SELORM. Yeah, I'm a PhD agriculture economics student. Yeah, so basically, I had my first degree in economics. Then there was a need to specialize. I felt economics was very broad, so I need to couch an area where I feel comfortable working on. Yeah, so I already had a passion for agriculture, but I wouldn't say that was my first preference. I wanted to go into health economics, but looking around University of Cape Coast, we don't have health economics as a single program. So I chose somewhere I could do something extra. So I decided to do my national service within the Department of Agriculture Economics and Extension. So after that, I felt comfortable within, and this is an area I would want to try as a second option. So I just applied, then started, with the agriculture economics program. After the masters, I felt at least since I still want to stay in academia, and it's necessary to get a PhD in academia, so I decided to continue the journey by doing agriculture economics PhD at the same time.
Wow, that's quite informative. If not for today, I didn't know we have sectors within the agricultural science department. So you chose to do agriculture economics. So what are some of the sectors available
Okay, so
before we narrow down to your main field?
Okay. So within agriculture economics, we have different areas. We have production economics, where we deal with the production at what happens on the farm. Then we have farm management, which manage the farm itself. Then we also have marketing as an area. Then we have international trade. We also have what's the name of? We have econometrics, which deals with purely mathematics based, how to apply mathematics to everyday life and computation. Then we also have other areas like development economics or agriculture development economics, which tends to look at agriculture policies and the rest, which leads to development. So those are the basic areas we do have in the area of agriculture economics. There are emerging areas also coming up. Yeah, but these are the major ones we do within the department. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know been today. I didn't know agriculture is an evolving science like that. Oh, what I thought all these while is we go to the farm, we harvest, we cultivate. I didn't know agriculture science is evolving in a very different way. So you talked about the production, you talked about the development, and then it's all different sectors, narrowing down to the economics. So with the agri-economics that you chose to study, how informative was the program to you before you chose it?
Oh, okay. So first of all, what I was looking at was how variable is the program to, job first of all, surely after school you have to find way to work. Then after that, to my own personal development. So I realized that having a course like this very already in Africa as a whole is based on agriculture. So if you were to choose a program, you would choose a program which contributes a lot to the development of your economy. So choosing agriculture, adding the economics, but actually I am not good with the crops and the rest. When you go into mainstream agriculture, that's where they will teach you the crop, the farming systems and the rest. But I have an economics background, which is more figures. So I have to choose where I can apply my figures. So that is why I stationed myself in such a position. But all the same, with an economy like Ghana, you still need agriculture economists to make sure that the figures which are coming out from the farm is being turned into something projective. Yeah.
Interesting. This quite informative, and then along the line, I'm learning a lot personally. If I should ask, you narrowing down to agriculture economics, meaning you are coming to do something to support the nation as a whole. So some of the sectors who play a major role in the agriculture sector in the country as a whole, is it that they major in economics or they major in other aspects too?
Okay, so first of all, Ghana, sometimes it's not about the area you choose, it's about where you can possibly work. But
Okay.
in the main, let me say, if other things being equal, then what should be happening is that an agriculture economy should be able to work within any of the economics field. For example, Bank of Ghana, because they deal with figures a lot. Ghana Statistical Services over there. We have more for Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Then we can talk about donor agencies, FAO, among others. So all these people come together to play a role, but apparently sometimes we do it and we run away from the field. So it happens. It's about where you get a job to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
So food economy has been something that we've prioritized as a nation. And so as an economist, what are some of the contributions you would do to improve the agriculture sector?
Okay, so although I'm not done with school, but let me say that little I've done by far is first of all with my master's project, for example. So my master's project was in the area of drone technology in pesticide application for the control of armyworm. So we realized that somewhere around from somewhere 2017 coming, we realized that armyworm was a major issue for farmers, especially cereal farmers, maize and the rest.
Yeah.
So what we did was that we wanted to find an alternative way because armyworm in itself is a progressive pest. So as you spray behind you, by the time you get to the next stage, they would have devoured everything. So we need a technology which could apply it at a go, pesticide at a go. So what we did was to come up with this drone technology with a drone agency to see how best we can incorporate that into production. So when we did that, we realized that farmers, instead of using 2 3 days to spray an acre with their normal traditional spraying options, they could do that within some few minutes using the drone. So that was the first initiative. But moving on, the other initiatives that are coming up. As at now, I think we are also looking at in the area of marketing how we can create a value chain which is more sustainable for maize farmers. Other colleagues are also doing sorghum and the others. So these are alternative ways we are using to help Ghanaian farmers because apparently Ghanaian farmers they just produce whoever comes to buy, they just give
Yeah.
it to you. And we feel that that is a form of cheating. So we need alternatives, how they can also improve their livelihood. Yes, so those are some of the things we are still looking into.
All right then. If I should say, what are some of the challenges you face as an agriculture economist?
Okay, so obviously the first one is sometimes, you having the idea, funding is an important, or let me say it's a very challenging option. Right now we have a lot of master students and PhD students, and even people want to do. But sometimes the difficulty is that you come up with a concept and because there is no fund, you cannot even start the whole journey. Like for example, when I started my PhD, I wanted to do something on international trade using the continental free trade. But that will require me visiting a lot of countries.
Yeah.
But apparently, I don't even have the money for Ghana alone. So how would I think about that?
Other countries.
So I have to couch into an area where I can at least manage my own funds to do that. So that is one major challenge. Apart from that, sometimes to I'll talk about the expertise of the lecturers too. Although they could help you with any project, but all of them have their own specialty. So sometimes if you choose an area where you don't have that specialty, it becomes a problem. UCC has now gotten to the point where you can borrow lecturers from other universities. So it's also difficult, sometimes putting out ideas the way you would want it. So these are some of the basically studying agriculture economics in the UCC concept. But outside, our major problem has always been farmers. Trying to convince farmers is very difficult, but at least we are still trying. From time to time, we are still trying. Yeah, from they want their money. We also want to show them new approach. But a farmer who has been practicing, it's like it's a human. You do something over and over. It's difficult for you to change. So when it gets to that point, it's a whole lot.
Okay, so with the few things we've heard from you, and then it's been informative, I should say. What are some of the SDGs that you can promote by 2030 as an agriculture economist?
Okay. So first of all, the major one, which is SDG one, if I'm not mistaken, which is about reducing poverty. So I may not mention the numbers exactly, but I know reducing poverty, hunger, zero hunger. We are also looking at gender equality. So we have specialists who are solely into gender issues. Then we have, so if we extend the agriculture economics argument, we would consider areas like fisheries. So that would be blue economy. So these are the major areas that we are trying to look at. Then we have sustainability issues, which is one of the areas I'm working on currently. So we have sustainability issues being there. We have climate change issues also. being within the SDG. So basically, it depends on what you are working on. Sometimes we go beyond what's the name, 3 or 4 SDGs within one week. But I think mine basically is looking at 5 SDGs. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so as an agricultural economist, is looking up to improving the economy based on the techniques and then projecting what they produce on the farm into figures, as well as see the nation being at its apex in the economy so that everything will be produced outright there. Thank you so much, Mr. Omega, for having you here. Once again, this is Behind the Lab Coats, and then it's an honor to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.